But did the ocean breeze pacify you? Did the palm trees sanctify you?
Good day, good people. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Jojo and
Dee. Welcome.
We are a bi-weekly podcast, so that comes to you every other week. And we are two friends that decided to take some of our private conversations and make them public as we learn to navigate through life step by step, just bring y'all along on the journey with us. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If you are a returning member and part of the Jojo and Dee fam, welcome. Hope you're living blessed, doing blessed, being blessed, living your best life, doing your best life, and not selling yourself short. So if you are watching this, you can, or if you want to watch it, you can find us on the Just Jovet YouTube page. And also, in addition, follow us on Instagram. You can follow me at Just Jovet. And Dee, tell the people where they can follow you.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at J, that's the letter J, the number 2, Riley. Go check me out, guys.
Yes. We'd like to welcome you to episode number 13. I think it's just 13.
Yep,
13? It's 13? Okay, well, yes, we've made it to the lost tribe of Judah. We have. The lost tribe of... You know, you had 12 tribes of Israel. Then you had the lost. So, anyway, episode 13, whichever way you want to say it.
Yeah, I was about to make it negative, so I just stopped myself right there. But yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome.
Life lesson right there. Sometimes just pump your brakes.
Yeah, I had to.
Don't let the negativity in. Cast it into the sea of forgetfulness.
You're right. Because with the holidays, I'm hoping everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Now I remember a couple of episodes back, I had mentioned, we're getting into the holiday season, but now we're in it. So I hope everyone has had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I did. Very thankful. And now we made it to the last month of the year. How about that? I know each week we try to bring you an update on, our goal setting, things that we've been doing. And so I'm happy to announce that I am still moving forward with my home ownership journey, still working on building, building my wealth, and still working on my health, y'all. So let me tell y'all, I'm about to be skinny, because look, make sure y'all get y'all water in, right? Okay?
Hydrate!
Please make sure you get your water in, y'all. And I started a challenge with some girlfriends of mine, right? 50 squats per day, any way you want to do it, so you can break it up into increments. So y'all, we gotta let go of these excuses. There's gonna be some times where you're gonna fall off. That's fine. I know we just ate our turkey, dressing, ham, sweet potato pies, all that, right? But guess what? We can pick that back up and get ourselves together. And we may have another episode on Christmas. We may have another slip up, right? But it's okay. Just get back in the game. Like I said, keep at it with your water. You can do it. Get some challenges going. Even if you're not able to do everything as is, modify it. Like do it how you know how to do it. Do what's best for you. You gotta take baby steps, that's fine, but y'all just keep pushing. Like I said, we made it basically to the last month of the year. I know you guys are getting ready to work on your resolutions and things of that sort. Some of you already did your vision boards. So just keep pushing. Keep going strong. Were you gonna say something to JoJo? Because I think you was over there.
I'm just over here glistening off of the nuggets.
Yes,
That's you.
not chicken nuggets.
Not chicken nuggets, nuggets of wisdom, okay? Wisdom. And I think we said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Do not let your failure be the excuse for you to stop doing what you know you need to do, okay? Don't let it. Okay. The whole time Dee was saying what Dee was saying, I was like, yes, glory. Don't let your failure be your excuse to stop. No. Everybody that succeeded had to fail first.
Yeah. This is true.
A whole bunch of times. I'm just gonna sit back on that.
Yeah. Because we can dissect that so much and turn it into a whole little episode.
Definitely.
We
Definitely.
We sure.
But overall, you had a good Thanksgiving, and that's good. That's good.
What about you? What you been up to?
Listen, had to put a big smile on. Put a big smile on. Does my face? How does my face look? Does my face look? How is it looking? Because to me, it's looking good.
Let's get a side shot. What a cameraman.
Look the side profile. Look, the side profile don't lie. Look, go to the other side.
Damn.
Look, the double chin. Look, the double chin is going away. The double chin is going away. Listen, I gave myself a goal to March. That would be my first milestone to really see the progress that I've made with Camp Gladiator and really being dedicated by March. So we have another 4 months, basically 3.5, 4 months before I hit that. And
that's good.
For a while there, I was feeling a little discouraged, and because I wasn't seeing a lot of movement on the scale in things, but I was noticing the difference in my clothes. And so, you hear people talk about that all the time, like, don't look at the scale, don't think about the scale, which is true. It's very true because...
though.
Yes, like the way I am right now, my clothes are fitting completely different.
Yeah.
Even though the scale has it's dropped almost 10 pounds. So praise for that. But my clothes are fitting where I was when I was about 10 to 12 pounds from where I am right now. So just to give an indication. So yeah, life is good. I'm pushing, and I don't want to stop, and I don't want to. I'm not going to let injury be the reason. I'm not going to let anything, tiredness, be the reason. Now, make sure you get your rest, because rest is important, but I'm not going to let that be an excuse for not keeping going. Mm-hmm. And so, in the last week, this is an update to more so of my working out journey. In the last week, I have begin my running journey. So if you know anything about me, I don't run. Okay, I'll lift weights on you all day long. 200? All right, let me deadlift that. Just, right? And I'll be like, yeah, did that. You asked me to run a quarter mile. I'm gonna look at you like this.
No.
I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna. No, I can't. I can't run that. Like, what do you mean? I can't. But I decided the whole thing, like Dee was saying too. I decided that I wasn't going to let that stop me because I never had been a runner. To let that stop me from something that was beneficial for me. So I back to getting up early in the morning. Pray for me. And I put on my little reflective vest. You can check out some of my videos on Instagram. That's usually where I post stuff after my run. Well, I don't want to call it a run. It's a run walk, interval running. So I'm beginning with interval.
It's a jog. I like jog. Maybe just do like jog.
Yeah. So if anybody who's watching this or listening to this has a tip on at what point I should change my interval. So right now I'm running for a minute, walking for a minute, running for a minute, walking for a minute, running for a minute. So trade off.
Mm-hmm.
But I know eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to walk for 30 seconds, run for a minute and a half, walk or for a minute. Walk 30 seconds, run for a minute, and then, keep decreasing that walking time to where it's just all running.
Excuse me, guys.
So that's all that's going on in my world. My Thanksgiving was great. I love to be around my family always because I love all of my family. All of them. Every single last one of them. Love y'all. To the moon. But that's how my last 2 weeks have been. So yeah, if y'all we talk about it all the time, just start somewhere. Look, you ain't gotta be the greatest. No, just start somewhere. And that determination will come, because I don't know what was going on. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I don't know what was going on me Wednesday during the Camp Gladiator workout. Mm-hmm. But I was like, let's go. You can do it.
That adrenaline rush.
Let's push. I'm over here doing sit-ups talking about, yeah.
Like the people in the Kotex commercial, they just running like, I don't feel no pain. Let me just glide through.
Like, yes.
Right.
I was like, I turned around and I said, what is this that just came out of my mouth? That's what I told the people. I said, what am I doing? What am I doing? And they were like, no, keep going. I was like, since when do I encourage the group? No. I said a comment. I said, he was like, if you missed, I was playing around with shooting a football in the basketball goal. And my trainer, he was like, if you miss, you got to do burpees. And I was like, oh, well, burpees are beneficial.
Where'd that come from? Because when we think of burpees, we're like, oh, let me not even try to throw it because these burpees don't.
Not today. Not today, Jesus.
Not the burpees.
Burpees are beneficial, which they are. Don't run away from your pain. You got to go through it.
Yeah, the burpees gonna get you right, but gotta start small with the burpees though.
Yeah, we're gonna take a real quick pause.
Our topic of discussion.
Yes, let's get into it. What are we talking about today?
We are gonna talk about friendships. I know that here lately we had been talking about, relationships and how they form and things of that sort. So this brings us to our friendship portion.
Yeah.
And friendship is a term I think we use loosely in some cases, because when I think of friendship, I think of someone being there for the long haul. I know we try to separate the friends from the acquaintances, but friend, maybe looking at the definition of a friend, I believe a friend is someone who's there with you, very supportive, and going to hold you accountable throughout whatever situation you happen to be in. And for me, I'm a person that loves hard, right? So for me to consider you being a friend, you have to be almost either my brother or my sister. As far as that closeness and that bond that we have. So could you tell me what you think a friend is, or how would you define friendship?
A friend, you don't necessarily have to. You have some friends that you talk to every day, right? Mm-hmm. But then you also have those friends that will come in that hour. And that's not a lot of people. Or somebody who, like, you, that come in that true hour of need, that's a true friend. Mm-hmm. And they're not beating you up because they're telling you the truth, but they're not beating you up. There's a difference in that. That's what I see a friend as. Like, you don't just talk to them every day, but they're there. Mm-hmm. They're there not just when they can get something from you. In terms of, okay, I'm going to be your friend just so I can get money because that's what I'm here for. I'm going to be here because I know that you're going to do this for me all the time. But there's no reciprocation. To me, that's what a friend is. If that makes sense.
And I think with the friendship, like, there has to be some type of mutual agreement between us. So I think that's what you were trying to get at when you were saying, okay, I'm just here for this or I'm here for that. It's like, no, we have to have a mutual agreement on something. We share the same interest, and we know that we can call on each other. We need to make this a two-way street. It's not a one-sided thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it's got to be genuine. It's got to be genuine and not here just because you know that, I'm going to stick around now because I see the end result. So I'm going to be here now. No, be here because you are genuine. And at the end of the day, there's not a lot of people that fall in that category. There shouldn't be. Like, I could literally count the number of friends I have on my hand. That simple.
Yeah, say no to the fair weather friends. That's what I like to call them, the fair weather. Yeah. I'm just happy around you when things are good, right?
Yeah. And then sometimes you have people that are there for a season in your life. And then y'all either grow or, things just happen separately, to where that's just
you can grow apart.
You
can grow apart, but it doesn't have to be like a bad breakup per se.
Right.
It's just we're going down. We're growing, right? But we're not growing in the same direction. But if I were to call you today or tomorrow, I can still get you on the phone or still get the help that you need. Mm-hmm. And still be that supportive, type. And I have one like that right now. We don't, and I guess I can kind of consider that person a first-time friend because this was someone I chose to become friends with while I was growing up. So at that point, I'm learning how to be a friend. which brings me to how you can basically, or what would you need to do to establish a friendship? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, and to establish a friendship, you got to show yourself friendly. First of all, you have to do that. So, like everything, you have to, especially when it's a new person, you have to develop that bond. And the only way that bond is developed is through time, like anything else. Some of us, by their fruit, it only takes a second to be able to know that. Other times it may take, 3-4 years to where you're like, all right, I can vibe with you.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing is time and showing yourself friendly. And you have to be who you have to show yourself how you want to be treated as well. Not to the point where it breaks you, because at that point you're like, okay, you're not for me. We're not coming together. We're still just, I'm calling, I'm making plans. You barely answer, or I needed this, and you're like, no. And then you just come around and say, I need this. So that's what I think about when starting, like, what goes into that friendship is just showing yourself friendly. What about you?
Yeah, so I agree with the showing yourself friendly, and I think that's where most people fall short, because a lot of times, especially when you're maybe new to something and you're trying to find your way, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll sit and wait on people to come to us. But to be quite honest with you, showing myself friendly is basically what had to be done for me, to be able to, one, see who this person is about. I had to make time to make those connections. I know we talked about networking and getting ourselves out there with other types of relationships. The same thing with friendship. You need to get yourself out there, show yourself friendly. It can be within just a regular deed. You don't have to be basically like in front of the crowd. And a lot of times I like to say, take the mask off when you're trying to become friends with people, because they need to see the true you. And I think that's where a lot of the friendships may fall as well, because when we go and network, or we're trying to figure out who the person is and showing ourselves friendly, sometimes I think we're not genuine and we're not ourselves. And depending on what environment we're in, we're like, okay, well, I think this person may want me to move this way, or I think this is what I should do, but we're not truly being ourselves. So later down the line, when those little shaky instances come, disagreements or what have you, we don't know how to properly talk those things out, because we didn't start on a genuine note, in my personal opinion. So I think it's very important when you're starting to establish and develop those connections that you need to basically, one, be true to yourself. Everybody else is taken. So be you. And I can attest to that. Just, okay, Jovet, you're my friend, right? So I didn't start off like, oh, I'm this and oh, I'm that. No, this is who I am. This is who's going to get 24/7. And I believe, like, as we made time for each other, because you got to make time to connect, whether it's on the phone, in person. And I love those in-person interactions, because once again, it shows who I really am. Not to say I'm flawless, but it's going to show who I really am, so you can agree to enter into the relationship of a friendship. Well, in being a friend, right?
Yeah.
So I just think that, you need to make sure that you just be genuine, because if you are, that's going to help with developing those levels of trust. Hey, I can trust you because I know you're going to be real with me. I can trust you because I know that you're going to be real in setting those boundaries, because that's another thing you have to make sure that you do. within your relationship with anyone, making sure you set those boundaries, and I can trust that you're going to hold me even accountable for the things that I need to be held accountable for. And I just think that's only it's going to work. Go ahead.
Yep. Oh no, finish up.
No, I was just saying, that accountability piece. I need somebody to hold me accountable. And I just need to be able to know that, you're going to hold me accountable, which also translates to, I know if I need anything, you're going to be there. You're going to be my support system.
Mm-hmm. So what I was going to say is, like, to piggyback off of what you were saying in terms of the genuineness, and I just lost my train of thought. In terms boundaries. And it's not just you setting up the boundaries, but the other party has to respect that boundary too. Because I know we were having a conversation the other day, right? And what would I have been if I didn't respect what you said? That would make me a jacked up person, because because I was like, oh, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
I'm going against the grain. Although I one thing, I'm still gonna do my way.
Yes, and that's it. It goes both ways when it is that friendship. When it comes to boundaries, and you have to be a genuine person yourself. If you are not, if your genuineness, right, is on a foundation of some messy stuff, then what good is? No, it's got to be built on a good foundation. If that foundation is not there, built in wholesomeness, then you can be a good friend, even if you're being real.
Yeah. And I wanted to also interject with what you said, because you still said something within that respecting of boundaries. I'm sorry, y'all. I just think I'm cute today. But anyway, for you to even ask me those questions, you already had an idea of who I am, right? Because it made me think about, well, why would she ask this? Because guess what? We have a bond. We've developed a relationship. So you know how I am in certain situations, and vice versa. So just by you asking me that, it's like, okay, well, yes, this is my friend because she knows me. She understands me. And even when I was able to give you my response, it wasn't no, hey, but we ain't being friends no more. It was just like, okay, I'm channeling everything that she's saying, but I'm gonna still move forward with, what I gotta get done, and it's not a falling out. So that's another thing, by being able to set those boundaries and being able to take whatever feedback you're given. And being able to not being properly, but to be able to have those conversations and talk it out without us pulling each other's hair out, or cussing and fussing, as we do see on a lot of the shows. So it's like, well, if you say you're a friend, then not saying we won't get upset with each other. It's not what I'm saying, but
absolutely,
we will know how to communicate in spite of those disagreements, and make sure that we're still able to move forward as adults. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I was like, it was a conversation that I'm glad we got to encounter, I really was. I was really thankful for it, because it lets you know that it's real. It's not that we had doubts before, because we didn't, but it's just it's like when you're with your spouse, right? And y'all have a rough situation, it's the same thing. Because it's a relationship, right?
Clear copy.
You still have to work through it the same way. So I think anytime that something is challenged and you're able to make it through it, it makes it a beautiful situation. Especially when both parties, are in agreement and in accord. Exactly. And there's no, whatever, don't do that. Just, whatever. And then you still have it in your heart.
You gonna carry it. Mm-hmm.
Like, no, don't do that. No, because that's just gonna fester and build up, and then it's gonna come back out, and you're gonna be like, all right, we still dealing with this? No,
Right.
just I think I'm at a point too, like in my life, to where I just put it all out there, and there's no reason to hold back. I mean, you hold back in certain situations till the time is right to disclose, but it don't make no sense for we here. What we gonna do? Like,
Clear and concrete.
yeah. So we might as well get through what we have to get through. Put all your feelings and everything out on the table, and let's talk through it. Like, and I don't think there's anything, especially when you've been friends or you've been with somebody for a long time. If both parties agree that you can't work through it, and you gotta have that determination to be different and not, like, say if it was a cheating situation, like, if you not wanting to curb that and not do it, then why waste the other person's time? Well, yeah, at that point we've grown past.
Right.
We've grown past this relationship, right? Because let me see what else is on the docket. Did you have anything else you wanted to add on that part?
I did.
Yeah.
This all stems from, our bond and stuff that we have together, because another way to look at those boundaries, you do have people, like I said, personalities are different, right, for each individual. So you do have those people where you're in this relationship with, you have your friend, and you also know your friend y'all may be talking a lot, and maybe that friend may be a little clingy, but it's not you, Jojo, right? So I was just saying another part of the boundary setting is you're friends with this individual, but this individual may have a whole other life, with a significant other. So you have to be able to respect those boundaries. I know when I was getting married, I was like, Jojo, like, what's going to happen to our friendship? We're going to be okay. That was something that I worried about. She was like, girl, no, you're going to be fine. We're going to get to talk, and stuff like that. But I just love that even though, those moments where we can be in a conversation, like deep into our conversations, but she always, you're here, right? You always respect those boundaries as far as, with my husband for his sake, and, just in general with other members of my family. So I really, 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 really highly respect you for even considering those boundaries. So I think that our bond has even grown stronger because of, just the way in which we channel things differently. Sometimes we gotta pivot, but we make it work. And I think that's one thing that really helps us to keep growing. So I just thank you for that. I just want to add that little piece of the boundary setting.
Yeah, and likewise, because I know when my day comes, when God sends them my way, when He sends them my way, it'll be reciprocated back. Because even now with my family and stuff, like, you do the same thing, and that is appreciated as well. Because it's like I was saying when you were getting ready to get married too. I was like, girl, you're gonna be here tomorrow.
Right.
So
Yep, you sure did.
yeah, we catch up then. So yeah, go handle what you got to handle. Yeah. So
But that's how you know the friendship is built. Solid foundation.
on the solid rock I stand. But yes, there was I do. There was a video that surfaced on spiritual words. So like this little Instagram account, and they posted about the thoughts of this guy because he got divorced, and well he got a divorce because he was bored. That's what the caption said, and people were talking about that he was so wrong for doing this. But in what he was saying was he had grown past that relationship.
Okay.
And that's what makes it really important, especially when you decide that this is your person. You don't need to be deciding that this is your person with somebody that's not a lifetime. You know, I understand things happen,
right.
But if you can't see them as your lifetime, then it's hello. But at the same time, I don't necessarily 100% fault him at all for saying that, because if somebody is holding you down and keeping you from doing what you need to do, and not because you're being impatient, because there's a lot of things that go into that.
Right.
But if they are truly grown from you, they have no vision, have no want, and
sometimes
I understand
you have to
it.
go behind. I mean, I hear that a lot. You know, sometimes when you're moving in different directions, or when you move into the next step, everybody can't go with you.
Yeah, everybody can't go with you, but that brings up a whole nother thing for a whole nother episode.
Clear.
Like, do you stick with what you chose to lay with? Like, you know what I mean? Do you stick with it? Like, that was your choice. So now you got to deal with, I don't want to call whoever your spouse is like dead weight, but now you got to deal with that dead weight.
And then how was it going into, like, what was the process getting to know the person? How long have you known them? Because I understand that there's some things that you, like, you know, people change, situations may change people, I guess I'll put it that way. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you have bumps and humps in the road, but most of the time you can pretty much see in the beginning stages where things may end up. Sometimes there are flags on the play, or what we would call red flags, that you see them like in the first couple of months, no doubt. And then sometimes people ignore those, and then they'll just build and build and build and build, and so boom, everything just explodes. So you also have to think about that as well. And like we were saying, it's a two-way street. So what are you giving? What is the other person giving? You know, what are y'all bringing to the table for each other to make the relationship or friendship be what it should be?
Yep, absolutely.
Like Jojo said, that's a whole nother episode.
That's a whole nother
into that one. Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting here, I'm like, God, yeah.
Yep.
Like, you made the choice. But so do you choose to be unhappy, or do you choose to be happy? So do you let it go? Or do you, what?
If it's workable, try to work through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if not, you got to cut it. You got to cut those ties. You got to cut the string.
Yeah.
But if you do have to cut those strings, you let that be your learning experience. When you decide to move forward to the next one. So that's another thing.
Yeah, it's whole.
Same thing with friendship. No matter, you know, relationship, friendship. Same.
You gotta be friends first, anyway. Because if you don't like the person, you just like the person. There's a difference.
It's gotta be more than that physical attraction.
Yep.
But that's a whole nother episode.
That's a whole nother episode, child, because listen, if you want, who told, just because you got married to somebody does not mean you will never be attracted to somebody else again.
That's clear. Because we see it all the time.
100%. So, yeah. Moving on to the next section of friendship before we dive more into what we were just talking about. Boy,
Like we said, conversations. This is real, y'all.
Listen, same direction. Yeah. What else did we want to have on here?
We touched a little bit about being supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure you support one another. Support looks different for each relationship. Support may be monetary. Support may be a word of encouragement. Support may be, hey girl, let's go pick you up and we go, meet you out the house and do something. Support could be anything. Like it just depends on your relationship and what you guys are maybe going through at that time. So,
yeah, I'm apology.
So yeah, I was just talking about earlier. We talked about making sure that we support each other if we say we friends. And I was just saying support can be a number of things. Support can just be me listening to you. Support can be me taking you out of a certain situation so you can get some air and breathe. Support, this is my biggest thing. Support is telling me the truth. I stand on that. Tell me the truth. Support is not keeping things a secret. And when I say not keeping things a secret, it's still a part of telling me the truth and just knowing what ways, that you can help me with whatever secrets that I think I may have. Let's get these out on the table and let's get some help for them. So I don't know if you have any extra things about support, but
no, support can be.
Those are my good. What's that? 4 that I mentioned?
Yeah.
I can't count, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, support, and it's everything you said. It can simply as you genuinely pray for a person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the connection you have. Because if I have a good person that's petitioning my name to the Lord, thank you.
Hello.
I receive it. But it's gotta be a genuine, real person petitioning
That's one of
me
the
to
highest
the Lord.
the support you can have.
Hello.
I know a lot of people think that support is monetary. Strictly monetary. And I'm like,
that only works in business.
True.
That only works in business. And that's how you truly give people support in business.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not friendship.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't got it. So we going to have to figure out something else. Now I may be able to network with the other resources who can give you what you need in that area, but I ain't financially. I'm just not there. I'm just not there.
Yeah, business.
Yeah, nah, yeah. But I think also with the business part, you not only need the monetary, but you need that accountability with that as well. Or somebody in your ear as far as, how you should take care of that monetary gift. And then what moves to make with the money. So I think you still have to supplement that with something too. But
yeah,
just me thinking. Money is good, but doesn't solve everything.
No. Just don't love it.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't love it. You can like it. Don't love it.
Oh, well. Let's keep talking about the money now. Are we still that was for?
Well, side note, if we can get about 15 more people to subscribe to the podcast. 15. Just all you got to do is subscribe. Yeah, just 15 more people. That's all we need. So we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray for them 15 more people.
That'll be all the love and support we need.
Yes. And if y'all made it to this point of the episode, thank y'all for tuning in and listening to us and sticking with us. If you haven't already, make sure to like and review us on Apple Podcasts or on Google Podcasts. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Judge Jovette YouTube page and follow both of us on Instagram. If you're watching this, all of our stuff will come up on the screens. It'll also be in the description below. If you are just listening, it is in the description. So, yes. Thank you for your support. If you made it to this part, thank you for being a friend, D'Angela. I appreciate you.
Thank you for being a friend. I don't know the rest of the words.
It's something all around the world and back again.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know they having a whole Golden Girls convention?
When?
I don't even know, child, but they having it.
Oh,
it was on the news the other day. Y'all watch the news so y'all can find out fun information like
cool.
that. So, yeah, shout out to Betty White.
Right.
Holding it down. So,
She is, though.
Yeah. But any final thoughts, anything to wrap it up?
Once again, thank you all for being so supportive. And I just want to encourage each and every one of you all to drink your water. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're getting your little exercise in, whatever that may be. Walk into the mailbox, 15 minutes at work, up the stairs, down the stairs. Just do something. We getting ready to enter into a new year. I know you guys are pushing hard, pushing through this year. We're still working with a lot of things nationwide, but y'all just continue to keep your head up and get you some friends. Support each other, hold each other up, and also hold each other accountable.
Yup.
So we can all make it through.
Yup. Step by step.
Mm-hmm.
Day by day. All right, y'all. Until the next one, peace out. One love, Jesus Christ. Remember that we are.
We out.
But did the ocean